Hey students, some announcements over here. Added more office hours for Wednesday. Other than that, let's get to the lesson for warm-up, okay? So just like before we were doing translations, let's just kind of get our memory refreshed with that, and then we'll start doing some other stuff with reflections today, okay? So I need to write the translation that's required for the given pre and post image. Remember, translation just means either a slide or how far away did the pre-image move to the image, right? Here I have the pre-image of triangle ABC. I know I have triangle ABC here. And basically I want to see, assuming that this pre-image image is the same, right? Going back to congruencies of triangles, I can see how far away it moved. So I can start by looking at point A. I can see it's going to the right 1. So we know it's positive 1. And then it's moving down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we're going down, remember it's negative. So I know that my translation, my T, is going to be 1 comma negative 8. The first time it moves to the right, moves to the right 1, and then it goes down minus 8. And I'm doing this to triangle ABC. Should be easy, right? All right, so today we're learning about reflections. We'll do some example problems, and then I got your discussion question in the end, okay? Today you should be able to graph a reflection on a coordinate plane and then be able to read, write, particularly with reflection notation, okay? Let's get started. So the basic idea of reflection is that it's a mirror image, right? Best way to show reflection is if you get your hand, you get your left hand or right hand, and you put your other hand, theoretically it reflects, right? If you notice with this reflection, in between, picture an imaginary line in between there, right? That imaginary line is what we call the line of reflection, okay? Or the reflection line. So if I was to give you, for example, here, I have here triangle ABC, okay? Triangle ABC is being reflected on the y-axis. Now, this is the notation I want you to write in, okay? Capital R stands for reflection, and then we do a subscript y-axis, and then of triangle ABC, okay? I can also point out that ABC has the following points, okay? And now I want to reflect it off the y-axis. So again in red, let me do the y-axis. It's to make it more clear. Okay, if this was my y-axis, I'm going to reflect that to the other side of the y-axis, okay? Think about this in another way as well. Basically, a reflection is just seeing how far away you are from that line of reflection. Again, reflection is how far away you are from the line of reflection, okay? So if I was to look at each point, if I was to say, for example, A, well, let me use, I'll use blue. I can see that A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from A, okay? Or 6 away from that reflection line. So then A prime, where the image is going to be as well 1, 2. So if this is 6 away, it's also going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, okay? I could think the same with C. There's 1, 2 away. And so C on the reflected side, the mirror image of it will be 1, 2 away, okay? And then you can get those points, right? Here are the points for this one. You can go ahead and pause and make sure you understand it, but the idea is just seeing how far away you are from the reflection. Another positive thing to maybe look at and notice is that here in this case, the reflection of, for example, point A of the triangle ABC, it's just the opposite sign, right? So is it fair to say that if reflecting off the y-axis, all of these x values will change signs, okay? Now let's do another example where now instead of reflecting on the y-axis, we're reflecting on the x-axis. Again, the first thing you need to establish is, where's your line of reflection? Well, that's going to be this in red. All right, let me try and make it a little bit cleaner. And I'm given this point C. C is right over there with that pre-image in black. Well, if I'm trying to reflect it off the x-axis, I need to see how far away that point is from it, right? So I can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So therefore the image, 1, 2, 3, 4 away, or C prime, There's the reflection of it, okay? So if we're 4 away for the pre-image, therefore we know that we're 4 away for the image, okay? And it's on that line of reflection, which is the x-axis. So C prime is equal to, looks like -3, -4. Do you notice anything? If I reflect off the x-axis now, it's safe to say that the y value will become opposite signs from each other, okay? And that makes sense when you actually put it in and just count where you're at, okay? Let's make this a little bit harder by including, now I'm trying to find the reflection, the line of reflection. So my question is, where's your line of reflection? That is going to be at x equals -3. Okay, so if x equals -3, remember what that looks like? That's going to look like a vertical line, okay? So here's -3. Actually, this one might be y. Let me double check. I might have typed this in wrong. Let's see, -3, 4. Yeah, looks like this one is typed wrong. I apologize. So let's assume that our line of reflection is going to be, sorry, one sec. I just need to make a new graph. There's a graph. Okay, let's just change these numbers, all right? So instead of 3 comma -3, let's say -4, and we're still going to reflect it off that same, the same spot, okay? We're still going to reflect it off the x-axis. So I'm going to say my line of reflection is at -3, so right over here. So that's my line of reflection, okay? But I'm going to do now for the point, see if I can move this up. Okay, I'm going to do it for the point at -4, 4. So -4, 4 is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So that's where C is. And notice how, again, the reflection is how far away you are from the reflection line, which is +1 horizontally. So I know that C prime will be right there. So C prime, the image will be -2, comma 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's my answer there. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I apologize for that little slip up. Yeah, just a little typo, but we're okay. Now let's start using a triangle with it, okay? Let's make it a little bit harder. Here I have triangle ABC, and instead of reflecting off that point before, I'm gonna reflect on the x-axis, okay? And then I also have those points you see over there, ABC is -5, 7, and I'm gonna reflect it off this x-axis, which is the horizontal line, right? You can probably already guess if it's reflecting off the horizontal x-axis, you could probably already guess what the values would be, right? We already talked about this, but let me just kind of break it down again, right? So if I'm trying to find, let's just start with C. I want to see how far away C is. It's 1, 2, 3 away. So therefore reflected, it has to be 1, 2, 3 away. For B, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 away, right? Does that make sense? And now A is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away. All right. So that's going to be, I'm going to draw this really rough. That's okay. That's going to be the image, okay? We can call that A prime, C prime, B prime. All right. My prediction, though, because it's just reflection on the x-axis, I want to say that all those y values will turn the opposite sign, okay? And there you have it, right? All those are the opposite sign now, all right? So that is your answer for that one, okay? All right, let's go ahead and try another one. Let's make it, again, the reason why I'm doing here, I'm building on different ideas with this, okay? I understand reflection is pretty simple, but then we can make it more complicated by, for example, here, Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start reflecting off y equals x, okay? So first thing I need to do is understand what y equals x looks like. You should understand that this has a slope of 1 over 1, and it'll go right through that middle there. Okay, so something like that, okay? So again, I have my triangle ABC. Again, there is my, let me move this up front. There's my line of reflection. Okay, so I have triangle ABC. They're at the following points given, -7, -5, comma 7, and so on. I need to reflect it off the y equals x line, it looks like now, okay? So if I was to do this, let me do this in green. I'm going to start at A, and I'm going to say, how far away is A from the line now? So I look at this, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's about 12 away from it, okay? I'm going to use that same point where I drew that line towards the line of reflection, the reflection line, and I'm going to count the same amount, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So there's where A prime is going to be. All right. I'm going to do the same thing here with C. So it looks like I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 away. And I'll just count down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 away. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, this is going to be weird, isn't it? Okay, let's do this other one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And look at that. So my image looks something like that. Okay, so that's A prime, that's B prime, and then that's C prime. Again, I'm just seeing how far away the ABC points are from that line of reflection, okay? So if I was to get the points there, A prime looks like it's going to be 7, comma -5. You might notice something here, right? And then 3, comma -3. I bet you the next one's 3, comma -7, right? So that's interesting. When we do a line of reflection of y equals x, notice how ABC, those points, those x and y points, they actually flip from each other, right? But again, all we're looking at is how far away we are from the line of reflection, okay? I want to make this better. Let's see. There you go. All right, let's keep going. I'll try to go faster. Go ahead and pause this video. I want you to try this out, see if you can get it. I know that this might be a little confusing, but I'll get you started. So we have here the line of reflection at x equals -2. X equals -2 is a vertical line where it passes -2, right? Let me do a ruler here. So we have a vertical line that passes -2, okay? That's your line of reflection. Go ahead and put those points in. I'm going to pause this video, and you should be done. All right, we're back. So this is what I have. Again, we are able to count how far away we are from the line of reflection, and we found that for point A, for example, is 3 away. So I start from there, and then you could also put that triangle, C and B, the rest of it, right? Maybe you can count the sides, and then just put it with that A prime, and then we'll have that image, okay? So that's pretty much that one. So before we get started again, let's go ahead and make this line of reflection first, just so we can get that settled in for you, okay? So it looks like I have 2 different points here. Let's also say CD, and then R, Y equals negative X of D as well, okay? I think that's how you combine both of them. But again, notice how the line of reflection is going to be this right here, Y equals negative X. So again, Y equals negative X, you have a -1 slope. So we'll go through that over there. So whatever point we have, the line of reflection has to reflect off, or the point has to reflect off this particular red line, okay? Now I'm going to get those points down. So C is 2, 2, right over there. And then D is 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's C and that's D. Go ahead and pause this video and try it. Again, your line of reflection is right over here. Let's see if I can rotate this. There it is. It's right over there. And see what you get. Okay, did you do it? This is what I have. So you can see over here again, I was able to put C and D. I saw that C is 4 units away from that line of reflection, and then D is 9 units away. I went down this time, but you can also go the other way too, okay? But again, you're just seeing how far away it is from the line of reflection, okay? And this is what you have. Hopefully you feel good about it. Okay, now let's make this a little bit harder. I know this says you try, but let's see if we can just do this one together, okay? So let's do this one together. Again, your y-axis is going to be that horizontal line, or the vertical line, it looks like, right? So it looks like we got one right over here. We're going to reflect T and P off that line. Actually, this isn't too bad, right? If you remember what we talked about, then you'll know that there's a pattern going on here with this, right? But again, if I'm going to reflect T and P, I know that this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's T prime. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another pattern is to see how far away P is from T, right? Okay, so we have those 2 points. I can draw that segment. Let me do this in rainbow. So you have something like that going on, right? So that will be the image of that, okay? Notice how T prime is going to be -4, 6, and then P prime is going to be, what is it, -7? -7, 2. Okay, again, because we're reflecting off that y-axis, the only thing that's changing is going to be your x values, okay? All right, we got one more. You want to try this one. This one's going to be a little bit harder. I want you to try this fresh off. If anything, I'm not going to set you up. Let's see if you can do this on your own, and then we'll meet together, okay? Let's see if you got it. All right, we're coming back. This is what I have. Looks like, so this is kind of interesting, right? Because now you have this segment XP, this line XP is going right across that line of reflection. And what's going on is it's creating this weird other reflection thing, okay? And there's no necessary pattern to this, I don't think. If anything, I noticed that the X values stay the same, but the Y values changes dramatically, right? And that kind of messes things a little bit up, but the idea is it's still reflecting off the line of reflection, which is at y equals -3. And for example, that X point, there's 2 away. So therefore the X prime, or the image, should be 2 away as well from it on the other side of the reflection line, okay? All right, we're almost done. Here's your discussion question. I made it super easy because I want you all to be watching these videos, but you do need to watch this video to answer this question, I think. But I want you to give me a reflection notation of a point, shape, or line. You can create your own. Doesn't matter. Do this on a piece of paper, right? Make sure you understand it yourself. And then go ahead and submit that notation. Again, you don't need to show me an image. Just give me the notation of the reflection point, and then I'll give you the points for today, okay? Besides that, I think I'll post the learning activity today, and then I'll just review that learning activity tomorrow, okay? But again, today you learn how to graph reflections on a coordinate plane, and then you're able to write the notation. Remember the things this week is going on. I do have office hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I added Wednesday on, and then there's always retakes. You need to sign up on Canvas, okay? But have a great day, good luck, and we'll see you mañana.